What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel and hope everyone's having a great day. And in this video, we're going to go over what exactly is going to happen with the Nasdaq in the next coming week / today. And also want to go over a few crypto tokens that I'm looking at for a potential. And then we also want to go over SpaceX. So I want to speak about what's happening with SpaceX. So if you like this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also, links in the description for TMT. Make sure you guys sign up today, you guys. I'll go over a little bit in the video on how to actually integrate it. But yeah, let's get straight into the TA. So if we look at the Nasdaq on the daily, if you watched yesterday's video, what actually happened is I spoke about price closing above this level over here, and I do think that there's a good chance that the Nasdaq can continue going higher, right? Just based on what we can see on the daily, we tapped this level over here, which was at the 1.618 level, and we closed back above this previous 4-hour low, sitting around about this zone at 30,278. Okay, so this zone was a key level that I was waiting for. If you look at the 4-hour time frame, go down to the lower time frames, you can see we are above that order block. I do think I wanted to see price come down here for a potential retest, but I do think right now, just looking at the chart, we could potentially go higher from current price. Are we going to get that retest of the zone before we go higher? That is the question. But if not, there is potential for the Nasdaq to just continue to go to the upside from current price. Okay, but in terms of the longer, higher time frame, I'm looking at a potential short at 31,783. Right, so this zone over here, it acts as a key level for potential shorts, as this is the fib extension from this low over here, from this high 26,000 to this low of 23,000, 22,000, and that's the extension to the 2.618 zone. Okay, so there is a potential that we can look for a short if we do get a pump straight up into that zone. But yeah, Nasdaq's looking pretty bullish still. Nothing. I wouldn't really look for shorts on Nas right now. Okay, and then if we look at gold, this is a probability that I'm looking at for gold into the zone over here. If you look at the 4-hour and the 1-hour, you can see that still waiting for price to, we didn't break this low over here, which is protected. So there is a good chance that gold can continue, into the zone over here, wait for sells, because this is your point of control from that gap, from that range, right? If you look at this over here, we are currently at the point of control. So there is a good chance that we can, hold this level and push up into this value area high over here, and then get rejected from that zone for potential sells. So for me right now, I want to see price push into this level first, and then once we push into that zone, then we look for the sells off that level. So yeah, for me right now, I'm just going to wait and see what happens. There is a good chance that looking for sells is the only case for me. I wouldn't really look for buys going into this zone because, of course, we're at the point of control right now, but there's a good chance that we can still come lower. But if you can see over here, we're still below, above this point of control over here. This low over here. So short-term bullish for gold into the zone, and then long-term bearish for sells. So that's kind of my game plan for gold. Yeah, for me right now, I'm just have to just be patient and wait. And then if we actually look at Bitcoin on the daily, let's have a look here. Okay, so first things first is daily time frame. We have a massive fair value gap sitting right over here. Okay, so what does that mean? It means there's potential for price to come up to the zone. Another thing to note is the previous day high is sitting at the zone over here, with our previous day low sitting at this level. Right, I always mark these things out before we get into the TA. Go in the daily time frame to see what's happening. So right now we've been in the mid range, because if you bring the fib from this low over here to this high over here, let me just put the 0.5 in, and then we'll change the color to black. We'll see that we are currently on the lower time frames in the mid range, with the 4-hour wick as big as anything, right? So for Bitcoin, let's have a look and see on the 1-hour time frame. So in the 4-hour and the 1-hour, we are still protecting this previous low. Structurally, this is, we have an order block sitting right over here. We have this zone over here. We also have this FEG that potentially can get hit right over here. Bias right now for me, I'm just going to change this color to maybe just like not a red, that's a bit intense. Let's do it like a little blue, make it a little bit more transparent, the opacity a little bit less. Boom. All right, so this is something to look out for Bitcoin. Right now, you can see how we did break internal structure here. There is this fair value gap sitting a little bit lower here. We're at an order block right now. So these are the two zones that potentially we can look for a bounce. If we bring the fib from this low to this high, you're sitting at a key zone off the 0.5 as well from the range. Okay, so pretty interesting to see how the 0.5 from here to here is the same as this 0.5 over here. So I would be looking at potential longs for Bitcoin. I think a lot of people are trying to short the market, but I'll be looking to long this over here. Stops just below this low zone over here, and now it's just a reward, and then potentially longs the next day high, and then look for potential shorts from these levels. Okay, so that's kind of what I would wait for. See if we can get like a potential push into this zone over here. Boom. We also could get a push from this order block right now. There's a fair value gap a little bit lower as well. So there's a few areas of interest where you can look for a potential long. If you want to wait for confirmation, you can wait for price to break this previous high over here, and then look for a long off this level right over here. Okay, so that's something you could also wait for if we get a bounce right now instead of coming down a little bit lower. So that's kind of my game plan going into this week. I hope everyone has a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. But yeah, make sure you subscribe to the channel and also like this video if you did enjoy it for the content. And yeah, I hope everyone has a great day, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's one.